Social media is often thought to portray a fake version of people's lives, but did you know that there are also some fake people on social media? We're not talking about people with fake personalities, but actual fake people. There are now entire social media influencers that are just computer-generated images, and some of them are so real-looking that you can't tell the difference. Here are a few CGI influencers you never knew you followed. Miquela. Miquela is one of the most successful and highest-paid influencers on Instagram. Back when she first started posting in 2016, people always noticed that something was off about her pictures. Her fans at first thought she might have been using too much Facetune. Many even pointed out that her body proportions were just off. Regardless of her irregularities, Miquela started to amass a huge following. With her following came a lot of sponsorships. Almost every brand wanted to work with Miquela to promote their products, and she became a millionaire overnight. She even appeared in fashion collabs with A-list celebrities like Bella Hadid and Millie Bobby Brown. Despite that, more and more people started to question who Miquela is. We knew nothing about her backstory, where she was born, and what she did for a living before fame, but we're seen as collab with legit people, who she had to be real, right? Well, as it turned out, Miquela was actually not a real person. Although this really didn't come as a shock to a lot of us, she was a character that was created by a techie named Trevor Mafredis, who was previously worked as a music video producer for artists like Kesha and Chris Brown. Her fakeness wasn't really kept a secret, although Miquela would never leave hints of her not being a real human on her Instagram account. Because of that, many of Miquela's followers started to believe that she was a real person, just like any other influencer. Bermuda. Influencers are known for getting into a lot of controversies, and Bermuda, despite not being a real person, is no different from the rest. Bermuda has been described as a virtual baddie by some publications. That's hilarious as it sounds, but it really says something about how invested we've become in the virtual world. Bermuda, the character, is a model who lives in Los Angeles. Most of her posts are showing off her extravagant lifestyle in LA, along with a few brand deals here and there, and some collaborations with her frenemy, Miquela. Miquela was also in a relationship with a CGI boyfriend named Blocko22, but the two ended up having a messy breakup due to incompatibility issues. I'm not sure if we're talking about their personalities or their software. Bermuda is probably best known for exposing Miquela to the world. Yes, she was the one who told the world that Miquela was actually a CGI model. In reality, both of the characters were created by the same man, Trevor Mafredis. Bermuda manages to stay in the spotlight through controversy and has proven to be a success. Despite supporting a controversial politicians, denying climate change exists, and many other publicity stunts, Bermuda manages to get sponsors for almost all of her posts, and she has so far amassed over 280,000 followers on her Instagram page. Not bad for someone who literally doesn't even exist. Shudu. You've probably come across a picture or two of Shudu if you've been browsing Instagram these past few years. Shudu truly is one of the most beautiful models you can imagine. One of her most striking features is her strikingly dark skin, which made her instantly stand out among the Barbie doll Kylie Jenner fest that is the influencer world. Shudu was pretty much an instant hit. The entire world, as it seemed, was mesmerized by her beauty. Her success was seen as a win for dark-skinned models all around the world who struggled for recognition. She also wore her heritage proudly, showcasing traditional South African accessories and clothing in her Instagram posts. However, there were some who voiced concern about her posts. As Shudu got more popular, many people started to point out that she was so beautiful that it almost seemed fake. Usually those dissenting voices were in the minority, but they became louder and louder until British photographer Cameron James Wilson admitted that he was the brains behind Shudu. Some of Shudu's fans were actually quite enraged that a white man would profit off of black beauty using CGI when so many black models were struggling to find work, while others praised him as an artist. Regardless, Shudu continued to be popular, and she's now one of the top CGI influencers on Instagram with millions of followers and countless brand deals. Ima. CGI influencers may sound like a uniquely American thing, but the concept manages to transcend borders. Ima is one of the most popular influencers in Japan, but there's only one thing that's off about her. She's not real. Ima is a Japanese model from Tokyo. In all of her Instagram posts, she shows off her lifestyle wearing all the designer Japanese brands and hanging out in some of Tokyo's top spots. She was created by a Japanese tech company as a social experiment, but ended up being something a lot more successful. At first, many people couldn't even tell that Ima wasn't real, but closer inspection showed otherwise. Most of Ima's followers are from English-speaking countries, since it's easier to fool non-Japanese people into thinking that Ima is an actual person. But in reality, she's just as fake as Bermuda, Miquela or any other CGI influencer. While some of Ima's photos definitely make her look fake, in others the untrained eye can barely even tell that she's just a CGI model. Goes to show how far technology has come, and it also shows that you can't trust anyone on the internet no matter how real they look. It's only a matter of time until fashion shows are done virtually, and all we'll be seeing is a bunch of CGI models showcasing a bunch of CGI clothes that'll never make it to the stores. Scary or futuristic? We'll let you be the judge on that one. Blocko. The CGI influencer world is dominated by virtual female supermodels, but there are a few men among them. Blocko is probably best known for being Bermuda's messy ex. Blocko is not only an Instagram influencer, but he's also a YouTuber who makes regular videos on the platform. Blocko self-identifies as a robot man, and he usually sports a face mask in all of his pictures. He's been doing that since before the pandemic, but he claims it's because he's simply too beautiful to show his face. He's another one of Trevor McFedry's projects, and he's made numerous collaborations with other characters. At this point, we might just have a Trevor McFedry's cinematic universe. In his YouTube videos, Blocko generally goes through what life is like being a robot, and he also addresses some of the scandals that it's been involved in, such as his relationship with Bermuda and if he's dating Lil Miquela or not. Blocko has over 200,000 followers on Instagram and over 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. Who knows, Blocko may just become the next virtual PewDiePie. His Instagram post mainly consists of him showing off his life in LA, the same old. Seems he's been hitting the virtual gym quite often as well. The reason why Blocko looks even more real than some of his counterparts is that he wears a face mask. The face is usually the hardest part of the body that artists have to make real looking, whatever that entails. Nunuri. In a world where even CGI models are now taking opportunities away from real models, Nunuri almost seems like a breath of fresh air. Nunuri's creators wanted to recreate some of the magic that's associated with CGI influencers, but they didn't want her to look real. Most CGI influencers are modeled after real people, which is why they sometimes look off-putting. But Nunuri's character design is as artificial as it can be. She looks like some sort of anime character, but she does have a backstory like so many other CGI influencers. She's an influencer that lives in Paris. She's vegan and promotes a sustainable lifestyle, wearing only eco-friendly brands. She's perhaps the antithesis of Bermuda, since she's so unproblematic and always has the most open-minded views. The lack of controversy surrounding Nunuri is perhaps what makes her so successful. She's managed to work with big brands like Marc Jacobs, Dewar, Burberry, Ashy Studios, Jacquemus, Versace, and so many more. She's also has more than a few celebrity fans such as Lady Gaga, Kim Kardashian, and Gigi Hadid, just to name a few. Even regular influencers aren't that successful, and they're almost as fake as Nunuri. Throughout her influencing career, Nunuri has amassed over 300,000 followers. There seems to be no stop for her growth. She may not be in the news that often because of her antics, but that doesn't stop her from becoming one of the most popular CGI influencers out there. That's a wrap for CGI influencers you never knew you followed. Would you fall for any of these influencers? Let us know in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you next time.